I am Rob McDonald, Vice President of Exploration for Southern Silver Exploration, and I'd like to talk to you primarily about our flagship project, our Cerro Las Minitas project located in Durango, Mexico. Southern Silver is a junior exploration company based out of Vancouver. We trade on the TSX-V, on the Santiago Exchange, and on the OTCQX. I will be making forward-looking statements, and so please be warned about that. And so I'll feature primarily our flagship project. It is the Cerro Las Minitas silver lead zinc skarn system, which is presently one of the largest and highest grade undeveloped silver-based projects in the world, with indicated and inferred resources totaling 335 million silver equivalent ounces in the indicated and the inferred categories. About 40% of the mineralization is in the indicated category, 60% in the inferred category. We're in a well-established silver mining district in Durango, Mexico, and we're surrounded by producing companies. We have just completed a PEA, a preliminary economic assessment on the project. It shows quite a robust project with a 15-year mine life, high revenues and free cash flow, and balanced precious and base metal revenues within the cash flow model. We have 100% ownership and control of the project and a full treasury to continue our work on the project, including permitting, ESG initiatives, some continued drilling and engineering work on the project. Company catalysts moving forward. We have the PEA out. I invite you to go to our website or download it on CEDAR to review the project. As well, we have new drilling that is getting built into an updated mineral resource. We should have that out within the next 2 or 3 weeks. We're looking at engineering upgrades to the PEA to decrease the capital and largely to decrease the capital intensity of the project and continue de-risking and upgrading the project. We have new drilling at a sister project, our Oro project in southern New Mexico, and we will have continued highlights and news flow from that in the coming months, as well as greenfields exploration on our Hermanas silver and gold project, again located in southern New Mexico. This is the capital markets profile of the company. We're at around a $60 million market cap right now. We get analyst coverage through Red Cloud Securities and Fundamental Research, as well as newsletter coverage in the Caesars Report, Silver Stock Investor, and goldsilver.com and Silver Chartist. We feature an experienced management team with a history of success, particularly in Mexico. When you look down the lists of companies that the board members have been involved with, you see a number of world-class deposits. And so it's a group of people that know how to advance projects to a production decision, either within the companies that they're operating with or through joint venture of the project with majors that put the projects into production. And so looking at the project portfolio, we have 3 projects. The flagship is our Cerro Las Minitas project. It sits within the heart of the Faja de Plata of north central Mexico. It's 100% owned. It's a large skarn system, silver-enriched skarn system. We've spent over $35 million on work on the project since 2011. And we see further upside both in engineering upgrades, de-risking the project, as well as in exploration and continued addition of resources. We have 2 other less advanced projects, our Oro and Hermanas, and I will get into those toward the end of the presentation. So Cerro Las Minitas is one of the largest and highest grade undeveloped silver-based assets in the world. You can see on the chart here the size of the bubble gives you your total resources expressed as silver equivalency. And so, we tend not to be quite as large as some of the largest mines, silver-based mines out there, but we do tend to have the higher grade. And we do tend to have as much or more total resources within the project. This is a summary of the mineral resource estimate, and the things that you can look in on are your total silver. Contains silver at 115 million ounces of silver, 2.7 billion pounds of combined lead and zinc. It's a large property or a large deposit, 32 million ton deposit, and a relatively high grade at 326 grams per ton silver equivalent. So highlighting the PEA, we have a robust project economics with excellent leverage to both silver and zinc. So in the base case scenario, after-tax NPV at a 5% discount of $349 million translates to $1.55 a share, and a Canadian, and an internal rate of return of 17.9%. At a base case plus 15, that increases up to NPV at a 5% of $561 million, and an internal rate of return in the mid-20s, 24.4. Base case revenues are high at $3.7 billion, and 42% of the revenues are coming from silver, 39% are coming from zinc, and total initial capital is $341 million in U.S. currency. The project is very well located, mining-friendly jurisdiction with excellent infrastructure in southern Durango. And so looking at the life of mine production, you can see how that works out with a good both production, total tons produced, as well as retained metals in the earlier part of the mine life. Total life of mine production of over 24.5 million tons, 15-year mine life with annual production over 11 million ounces silver equivalent, life of mine production at 168.8 million ounces silver equivalent. This includes just under 71 million ounces of silver. So even on a silver alone basis, this is quite a significant project that we're moving along here. All-in sustaining costs of only $13.27 per ounce equivalent, silver equivalent ounce sold. So the further project upside, new deposits. We're bringing new resources into the resource model, and we should have that out in the coming weeks, so you want to look out for that. We're looking at adding gold recovery into the process flow sheet. We continue work on that, and you'll look toward updates on that in the coming months. And we're having a hard look at ore sorting as a way to decrease the plant size, decrease the capital costs, and decrease the capital intensity of the project, which will have a positive net effect on the internal rate of return and the NPV of the project moving forward. And so in terms of the project itself, looking at infrastructure and access, we're well located in southeast Durango. The highway, we're 70 kilometers out of the city of Durango. The highway to Torreon runs right through the project. We're on the edge of the Altiplano. And so as I like to joke, we're out in the middle of the bean fields, not the marijuana fields. We're out of the way of the narcos. It's a very, very safe area to be operating and working in. In terms of ESG, we have our exploration permits in place. We have social license initiatives, including exploration access agreements with the local ejido in place. And we have our exploration and development team embedded within the community, utilizing local workforce. And this is Cerro Las Minitas. That's the highway to Torreon running right in front of the project. It's located just a few hundred meters away from the highway. Access is from the south, from the town of Guadalupe, Victoria. It's around 35,000 people. That's our base of operations. Very easy access into the project. To date, we've identified 4 deposits on the western side of the Cerro, 2 deposits on the eastern side of the Cerro, and you can see their distribution here in the 3D rendering. On the west side, the 4 deposits, they extend to depths of up to 1 kilometer below surface. On the eastern side, they go down to around 400 to 500 meters, and they are open at depth. We also have, this shows the drilling distribution on the north side of the Cerro, and this is where the new resources are being brought into the project. We have identified a 400-meter strike length, goes down around 400 meters. You can see the assay results from, or highlight assays from that drilling, and this is the resources that we're going to be bringing into the pending resource update in the next couple of weeks. And so what we're looking moving forward, continue to de-risk the project as it moves further and further into the pre-production stage of development. So we're establishing our permitting parameters, moving on our baseline studies, and continuing our engagement. We are budgeting now for infill drilling, geotech program, further metallurgical test work, as well as adding the new mineral resources, ore sorting, and then evaluate the gold potential of the project. And it looks like I'm just about out now, so I won't get to Oro and Hermanas, but this is just why you'd want to invest in Southern Silver. You can see a property package with exposure to precious and base metals, robust PEA results, ongoing work, and we have drilling results coming out this year, as well as further resource updates. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.